Hey guys, I'm Katana, bringing you content that's behind the scenes and off the rift. I'm here with Fnatic's mid laner xPeke and Gambit's mid laner Alex Ich after their game. Fnatic just took the win and clinched their spot in the next round, so how are you feeling?
Feeling great, of course. We won a game. We had to win one game to qualify, and we got it already, so yeah, we feel really good, of course.
And Gambit is certainly not out of it yet. You guys are still pushing through the group stage. How are you feeling about your chances of getting through in your next few games?
So I think that our chances are really good. We need to win Vulcan, and maybe if there will be tiebreaker match, we will need to win Ozone. But I think that we can do it.
So both of you are considered some of the best mid laners in the world. Obviously, you're here at the World Championships and some of the strongest mid laners in Europe. So what kind of preparation did you do ahead of time when you were preparing for playing against Gambit?
Well, normally we like to just watch their games a bit, see what they play, see the heroes they play, and take away the heroes we're scared of, mostly. And we play our game. Like, the preparation is against every team the same. We take the heroes we don't like or that we think are really strong, and we aim to get our heroes. And that's how it goes for every team.
And what champions were you most afraid of from Gambit? You guys banned out Zed, and was there anything else that you were really not looking forward to playing against?
At first I thought he was going to play Ahri, because they had the first pick, and well, like, he's just going to first pick it. But I was fine with it as well, because I practice physics for this, like to have a counter for Ahri and Orianna. But against Orianna I know it's not so strong, but I managed to do fine. Yeah.
And what were you most afraid of xPeke playing?
So we didn't think that he played Fizz. We were more expecting Kassadin. So it would be a bit easier matchup, but it could be harder, even harder in game, because Kassadin is really strong and doesn't forgive any mistakes. So, but Orianna is really good against both Kassadin and Fizz on the lane, and if I think that I should do less mistakes, and we should pressure him more on mid, because he was really behind, but we didn't do it. So after the first kill, he was back in the game, and then Zac came and
Yeah, I think so. At first I was really scared because he was almost 40 CS ahead, I think. He was so ahead, I was thinking if I don't get a kill soon, it will be too late and he will just be unkillable. But yeah, Diamond was all the time around mid, and at some point he left mid for a while, and that was my chance to dive him and not get punished at all. And when I got the kill, like he said, it was over. I think Diamond should just keep camping. Since he was doing that all the game, he should keep doing it all the game.
Right, and you have both mentioned that Orianna versus Fizz is a pretty favorable matchup for Orianna, and yesterday we talked to Cool, who played Fizz into Orianna, and they lane swapped to try to avoid that. But you chose not to lane swap, you chose to take the matchup, and were behind early. So how did you kind of deal with getting to that mid-game Fizz that carried the game so hard?
Well, normally, yeah, Oriannas don't play so aggressive because they're a bit scared of the counter gank, because if my jungler comes and he's really aggressive, I can E on him and he will die. But Diamond was all the time there, taking the grace around us, and it's really hard because he had 2 wards early. He will see Lee Sin coming from the sides and couldn't really do much, so I was just falling behind, but I was not looking at the CS. At some point I stopped looking and I was like, let's just, because if I look at the CS, I know I'm gonna get depressed. So when I looked at first and I had 30 and you had 20 something or 30 already, and I like, oh yeah, this is gonna go bad. But then I like, okay, I'm just not gonna look, keep getting what I can. When I get my blue buff, maybe I can start farming Grace and come back in the game or something.
And you were obviously ahead early game, as we were speaking about just now. And how are you trying to prevent Fizz from getting to that late game, that mid-game power spike that often carries the games, as we saw just now?
So every time I was trying to pressure him as much as possible. So I was just coming in behind the creeps, and it was really hard for him before level 6, and still after level 6, when I got Diamond around, I could pressure him because he couldn't jump on me. But when Diamond left for a long time because of some action bot lane that I wouldn't even mention, he could jump on me, and I didn't expect that he would damage so hard through the magic resist that I had. And still I could survive there, I think, but I did the mistake. I tried to ulti him instead of just speeding myself, and he got the kill. After that, he was back in the game.
Yeah, it was a bit lucky that I killed you because I didn't have mana at first, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't have mana, so my main idea was to flash kill you, but then you flash away at the same time, so I didn't E because I didn't have mana.
And that's why I saw that you get no mana for E, that's why I ulti, and then you got mana for E.
Then I just got it, I got it 1 second just before I ulti.
That was just, I was where did he get mana from?
Yeah. That's kind of close. I had the flask running, that's why.
Yeah, I thought so.
That kill was definitely a turning point in the game.
Yeah, that's pretty much what changed. I don't think it was that kill, it was the second kill what changed the most.
Yeah.
Because that kill put it pretty much equal, because the farm he had still was the same goal. Probably he had even more goal than me. But then Zach came and we killed him again, and I think after that is when I was ahead of him and he couldn't do much anymore.
All right, well, just wrapping up, we heard Dyrus the other day say that your group is the significantly weaker group.
A lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I feel like Group B is at least 3 times easier than Group A.
Could you maybe elaborate? Because you just hit on Ozone, but is there any other team you target with that statement, or?
Everybody.
All right. Do you guys agree with that? And do you think that you would have been able to get through Group A?
Cannot tell, but I think, yeah, like, it's the same. Like, they have the 2 strong teams. TSM is really good, but I saw them, like, they always had some weird mistakes. They were doing, one of them was always doing some weird stuff. I don't know. It feels like they were not playing like as good as they should. But yeah, OMG, I think OMG we could have beat them actually, because when we practice them, their playstyle is not that great versus us. It's good when they have third-time heroes, but if they don't, I think we beat him almost always. So I think we'll have managed to do. And SK Telecom, I don't know, they have Faker, like that guy is god. No way I could even get close to him or something. Probably he will win the game alone. But yeah, we'll have got second place or something.
And do you agree? Do you think that the other group is stronger, or that you would have had more success or less success in that group?
I never thought about that, but like, I don't think that TSM would have more success in our group. So it's about like we got like 2-3 good teams. They got like 2-3 good teams, and Lemon Dogs is underperforming hard, but still like I wouldn't count them out like before than I saw. But like even screaming them, like they played much better in Europe than they are playing here, and you don't know the reason, if it's jet lag or nerves or something else, or they're just depressed after the first loses and then gets on like tilt. So I think that actually we could get out of group, at least try it on second place, but still like they got OMG and SKT, so it would be close.
Yeah, I think the only difference is why this group might be a bit easier is because MVP Ozone is kind of underperforming as well. So if MVP was playing at their usual level, I think it would be exactly the same. Two really strong teams, 2 really strong teams as well, and it will be kind of the same, I think.
So he counted out Gambit like not strong team. Did you hear that?
I said really strong teams.
Okay.
You are strong? I said 2 really strong teams and 2 really strong. You're really strong.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Congratulations on getting through the quarterfinals, and good luck on getting through to the quarterfinals.
Thanks.
And thank you guys so much for watching. You can check out more Worlds coverage and more Off the Rift on
Profit.
lolesports.com.
Yeah,